It's the sideshow and my thumb. Ta-da! Yay! There we go.
Welcome to the Adventures of Liz and Rebecca, the
Sun Dragon Sideshow. and I usually use the swipe when I'm editing on iMovie. So I did a self swipe. Did you see that?
Yeah, I liked it.
It's the little things. You gotta entertain yourself, right?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I am the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion at Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina.
There you go. And it's really sunny out today. It's weird. It was like kind of sunny yesterday, but the lighting was off. It wasn't like sunny.
We're dying of heat exhaustion because the sun's out and
we can't predict lighting, so you know you can flip through all the videos and see what lighting is.
It was in the 60s last week, so in the 80s this week is kind of. But Rebecca's got her sweater on.
I'm checking out how it looks because I just threw it over my Sun Dragon t-shirt, my white Sun Dragon t-shirt. I may or may not wear it over a shirt if the collars line up funny. Like, I could take this and hide it. This is my Anker summer shirt, and it is done. I have not blocked it, and I have not decided if I'm going to block it. But I did sew up the armhole holes, if anyone saw those before. And I had decided I was going to lengthen it. Like, if you go back a few, I don't even know how many, because it's been sitting
It's been a while.
It's been sitting in timeout for a little bit. I had showed it off, but it was, like, up to here. And so I lengthened it.
I like it.
Yes, I'm gonna try not to do this the noisy way. I'm gonna show you all how it looks. Ta-da! Probably gets caught up on my butt, but I'm just, there we go. Ta-da!
It looks so
I
good.
like the length of it, yes. And that's one of the fun things about top down is you can decide, nope. And I had run out of, like, I was almost done binding it off at the shorter length, and I'd run out of the skein I was on. I still had another part of a skein. Hang on. Bam, Liz. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It doesn't take that long.
We might have enough to make a minion bag with it.
This is how much I have left of my fourth skein.
The scale is behind the computer, actually. Don't trip.
You guys would know because the computer would go flying. Because the only thing I have to trip on over there is the computer cord. So. Oh, it's on pounds because I was weighing something for post office. We have 39 grams, ladies and gentlemen, left.
There will be a minion bag.
Someone getting a minion bag of mystery. Let me try that again. We'll get 25 grams of this. The lightest blue, the palest blue that almost looks gray. Silver, but not really. So I will say about this, the Anker summer shirt, I've seen, I think it was Pat, shout out to Pat, who finished hers and posted it on Instagram. There are like 6 sizes of it. Mine is the larger extra large. I want to say I made the extra large because I have the issue, I was talking about this with a knitter the other day. Some of us have the issue of we have no girls. And we have bigger hips. I have the issue of I have sizable girls that if I only use my bust size, then it might come out way too big because the rest of me is not necessarily proportional to the girls. So I kind of have to find middle ground. I will measure here. I will measure my torso at its largest point. And but then I may not make that size. I may go down ever so slightly. Because if I base it off of that size, then the pattern would most likely assume that I am like much wider than I am for the rest of me. And supposedly, according to some people in my life, older, tangentially related, I might have lost weight during the pandemic. But I might gain it back once the pandemic's over. So, you know, I have to account for that too. There's lots of things that account for sizing. But I have to, for me personally, this is the thing about picking sizes for sweaters. It's about finding the middle ground between I don't want the girls to look bigger because they are stretched in the sweater I make, but I also don't want it so huge down here that it's not flattering, you know, or that it's just
I
ginormous.
I have the opposite problem. My waist is way bigger than my chest, but I find sweaters that have lots of positive ease, so it's kind of drapey, and I crop them.
And you crop them
over my dresses,
which just happens to be the fashion right now, is to have these really short sweaters. Which I take all the sweaters that have the word crop in them, and I make them longer because I keep going because I'm like, oh no.
I generally
that hits my muffin top right where
I generally crop them shorter than even the cropped pattern, only because my dresses tend to puff. You know, what are you? Oh, you're pulling your.
I'm just a reminder for people who maybe didn't catch when I was actually working on this forever ago. I'm using Mirasol Chi-Chi for my sweater. It is alpaca, linen, and bamboo tweed, and the tweed does shed. Like I said, when I wash it, I might get some of the excess tweed out of it, but I can guarantee you, when I take this off, even just holding this up to me yesterday to talk to a knitter about it. I had little fleckies on me the rest of the day. I can guarantee when I take this off, it will look like there's all kinds of little gnats or ants all over me. But it's so comfortable. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. This is a little heavier. It's DK weight. For how hot it's going to get out today, this is not the ideal yarn for the middle of summer. It is Anker's summer shirt. However, from what I've made it out of, it would be perfect for like summer evenings.
I think, weren't you looking at a Zoe yesterday?
The knitter I talked to yesterday is going to make it out of Zoe, and I think the Zoe is going to breathe and be wonderful and be perfect.
And because Zoe has kind of a thick thin, it's going to be a lighter weight.
Mm-hmm. It's going to breathe a little more.
You're going to probably need to wear something under it, but I find a lot of knit things you need to wear stuff under them anyway, so you might as well, you know.
Yeah. Especially like me when I've got the girls and other things and big bra straps I don't want attention being drawn to, you know. I tend to wear layers anyway. The next solid top that I make, like not stranded colorwork fanciness, is going to be out of Zoe. And it's going to be 3/4 length sleeves, and I'm super excited about it. I have a few other things on my list before I do that, though. So, we'll see. You can't count. What? You can't film and talk and do things and count at the same time, Liz? What are you doing?
I'm knitting because I didn't knit much yesterday.
No, multitasking doesn't tend to work well for anybody. That was sarcasm. If people couldn't, you know, pick up on that.
Sorry.
It's not a thing, Liz.
No.
Come on. No, I have even beginning knitters who will be like, "Oh, I got this. Let's chat about something else." And I'm like, "No, please don't. Please don't. Please no. Knit or talk." Because even experienced knitters, knitting and talking. This is why I don't knit while we're doing this. I would love to have us both sit here and be like, "Doo-doo-doo, isn't this cute? Look at us both knitting while we're talking." And oh my gosh.
That and you talk with your hands. So.
Yeah, that is a thing. Can you imagine if I'm trying to knit and talk with my hands? Oh my lord. Yeah, I don't think it would go very well.
No.
Anyway, yes. What?
Nothing.
So, yeah, neither one of us really had that much time to knit yesterday, so we're vamping a little right now. I have some stuff I can show y'all and talk about still too, but you're working on your Cairns Papillon.
I'm working on my Cairns Papillon, which I started working on yesterday during our VSC, and I got through that much, and not like that much on the pattern, that much in real life, and
that much of a row, not that much of a pattern.
Yeah. Yesterday we were busy while
and
we were here.
We had plans to like clean up the shop and fill in that hole.
The hole's still there.
Yeah, did you notice? If you didn't notice, now you noticed. I kind of pointed it out when I was setting up the camera.
Stickered new yarn that had come in. I tried to put some yarn away, obviously not in that full.
I helped someone out on the plaza, and then, oh my gosh, so tired. I feel like I left something here I shouldn't have, but I can't even remember. Went home. I had another lesson at home. Tried to get lunch in too, and had to rest for a little bit. Got the stuff we talked about yesterday up on the website before I rested. So just whipped that out as best I could. And then Brian came home. I forget what else happened. I was trying to place orders for yarn. If and when it comes in, you guys will all know. So we'll show it off.
Excited.
Basic stuff from Cascade that we always need, that I tried to email some people about. And I decided we are almost out of Lorna's laces. Like, some of you who've watched us and maybe not seen us in the shop might not even realize we have this wonderful yarn called Lorna's Laces. We have put some into our kits, the Casa Pinka kits we were putting together earlier. But we've been very, very low on them because we just haven't had the energy or time or cash flow or whatever to order them. But they are wonderful, one of the bigger hand dye companies rather than the small batch indie dyers.
That's about all we have left.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of sock weight and even littler bit of worsted weight. Shout out to Shia. She has benefited from a bunch of it, especially the worsted weight. She's made some awesome Jessie made tops and bottoms out of it.
And it's so soft for things like that.
It's wonderful. It's Superwash Merino, the Shepherd brand of their stuff. Shepherd Sport, Shepherd,
and
Sock, Shepherd, worsted.
We're getting the Sport. We've never had the sport. So now
Sport for let us clarify. In terms of weights, thicknesses of yarn, like this stuff is bulky. This stuff is DK, double knitting. It's a little bit lighter than like medium worsted weight. Sport weight is a little bit thinner than that, and sock weight is thinner than that, and then lace weight, and it goes crazy. It goes totally. I used to do classes just on how to decipher that, or I used to at least give my intro knitters and crocheters crash courses on that, so they've heard it once before. No, we have. That's kind of it's just heavier than fingering weight, sock weight. Can be used for different things. For summer tops and shawls, wonderful. If you want to make progress a little faster than sport weight, fingering weight. Or if, like some of our knitters who shall not be named, you have an aversion to fingering weight, I say just use a bigger needle for shawls, So the thing with Lorna's Laces and some other companies, bigger companies, if you want special colors, you have to wait like 2 months. You have to tell them, okay, here's what I want. I love these colors you make, and wait 2 months. Lorna's Laces has a really awesome thing where you can look at what they have already dyed up, that they've either over dyed, like they did a batch and people only wanted a certain amount, so they have leftovers. Full bags, 4s, 8s, enough that you can get a few in the same dye lot, but they have it ready to go. And so I've emailed them, and I will let you know how that turns out, because it is a pandemic, so we don't know what's going on with them. I haven't talked to them in quite a while, but it's lovely, lovely, lovely yarn. And they used to be out of Chicago, but they moved their distribution operations, everything, to Kentucky? Somewhere a little closer to us, actually, so who knows? Although how close it is doesn't necessarily determine that we're going to get it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited. Yay.
Anyway. Just a heads up. And not sure how much of this is going to be here when we put it online. Zombie barbecue was ordered, requested.
Zombie barbecue.
And an Oxygen, which is my red and black comfy.
Yes, the thinner version of her red and black speckly Papillon should be coming, hopefully. If they have in stock, we have a list of what's in stock, but then there's what's in stock when they actually get my order. And here's the thing to warn y'all about, like, if you've seen her Papillon with the reddy blacky speckly, go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. It might look different in the thinner weight, in the thinner yarn.
Takes
the dye differently.
I had some in the thinner weight, and it came out more white, red, and little tiny flecks of black.
Yeah, it might not have been as heavily dyed. And dye lot to dye, every time they dye it, we just don't know.
Yeah.
Could come out completely differently. There's a basic idea. I was going off, for some of the colors I've never ordered before, I went off their basic photographs, which could look nothing like the yarn that comes in. But we know it's gorgeous yarn, and we'll probably like the color anyway. So, if and when that comes in, we'll let you know in a VSC. Or maybe want a straight up sideshow if we just can't wait. Our fiber spate still hasn't come in. I haven't tracked it yet, but it was supposed to come in Tuesday. And it was still over in England on Tuesday at the airport waiting. So we'll see. That's the life of yarn.
Today.
It could. We'll see. I haven't tracked to see if it's moved. I'm kind of worried about tracking. You know, it's like if I don't push that button and track it, then it could be anywhere. And I will just live in hopefulness.
I get text updates.
Oh, I don't get that.
I'm like, just send a message to my phone and let me know where it is.
I have so many random packages coming from random places that would just exhaust me.
Well, Bernie goes and checks the mail, and he always asks, do I have any packages coming? Because I can check and see if they've been delivered at the mailbox, so he knows when the mail's there. Because our mail window is like between noon and 6. So we did get those.
We talked about these yesterday. These are hard to show them off. Woo! I wouldn't necessarily put one of these on my t-shirt because it'd poke a hole. But yarn already has lots of holes. So maybe I can wear one today.
Ooh.
I don't know how long I'm going to wear this shirt, to be quite honest. If I'm running around the shop a lot today, it's coming off.
Yeah, it's nice in here, but it's already starting to feel warm in here.
Mm-hmm. Like, a little bit. And as the sun actually creeps this way and goes through the windows, like our comfy chairs, where if we have a down moment, we'll sit. It's a big if. Will overheat because we have one set of vents right above us that run the length of the shop. This is another reason why it's kind of hard to let people in. Not great ventilation in here in terms of circulating air. We have one door, one row of vents for a 1,500 square foot space that puffs air out way up high, and that corner where we sit, not great circulation of air. So, so the only progress I've made, I have already shown you all this, but let's take a look at how awesome it is. Yay! I've already shown you my lovely dragon. I have made some progress, very minimal, late night, early morning knitting. That's the back of the sweater for my niece, whose birthday is July 5th, by the way.
She'll have it mailed by the 2nd.
I hope. I'm doing stuck in my bag, the two sides. Speaking of air vents, there they go. I'm doing the two front panels at the same time. The sweater I have chosen to put the dragon on the back of has a front panel that the inside here and here has little eyelet fun things, just for fun. Otherwise, oh my gosh, I probably couldn't keep going. I've done a few inches on it, which is good. The last time I showed you guys this, I was only at the first set of eyelets down here. Sorry about that, covering up my mouth. So I'm making progress. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. We have two more sideshows and a VSC before I should probably get this in the mail. So we'll see where I'm at. I still need to do sleeves. I still need to block it and sew it together and put a collar on it. I work best under a deadline because then I don't sleep and I get it done. This
is dangerous.
Yeah, this could keep me from getting that done. But this is what Liz was talking about when we were brainstorming what I could make. This dragon, if I'm gonna make, and you probably can't see the dragon. I'm not going forward again. No, sorry. But I'm thinking about doing a big Taisha dragoness for the shop. Either a pillow or a wall hanging, I haven't decided. Out of this. This is isn't this lovely and huge? Oh my gosh. This is Cascade Eco Merino. It's a bulky yarn, so it's a little thicker than worsted weight. And one skein is just massive. Liz wound this for me yesterday. And I really want to start it, but I know I need to get the sweater done. So, I'm just gonna, this is gonna be my security blanket for a little while. And I'm gonna carry it around in my bag.
And one day she'll come in and poof, she'll have a dragon. And the sweater won't be done.
And her sweater might be late, but I'll
But
try.
she'll have a dragon.
I'll still try. I mean,
And it'll be all my fault because I wound the yarn.
she is an enabler, you know, but she's also trying to keep me alive. So that's part of the process.
Yeah.
Distraction. Squirrel. What? Anyway, so like the yarn for that I want to pair with the sweater for this came in the navy heritage. I'm hoping to get the heritage, not just the sock stuff, some of which is in front of us. And I actually didn't tilt the camera down enough to capture all that we lovely piled in front of us. Liz piled some other sock yarns in front of us that aren't the ones I put on the website yesterday, because we talked about it's not just Cascade that we have self-patterning sock yarn in. As I can, I'll try to get more up on the website, but that's a challenge with everything else we're trying to do.
It's easier to VSC it and
Then
know,
force me to put it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I haven't really made any progress on anything else.
I did get like that much progress on sleeves.
Ooh. Oh, you worked on something other than a Papillon?
I worked on something other than a Papillon because,
What?
you know, I'm always saying winter is coming and I really need to finish my winter projects. So,
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
winter's always coming.
Speaking of doing things two at a time.
Yeah, I'm doing sleeves 2 at a time because 1 at a time would kill me. I'd suffer from second sleeve syndrome. So, I got a few rows done last night. So my sleeves are now 3 inches
Okay.
long.
Are those going to be long sleeve or short sleeve?
I really want long sleeve.
Okay.
I
She wants
really,
long
really like.
And that's the ultra alpaca, right?
It is the ultra alpaca.
Half wool, half alpaca, so soft.
Yeah, it's the Il Grande Favorito
Yes.
by Isabel Kramer.
Isabel Kramer is a wonderful sweater pattern writer. Ultra alpaca is wonderful. I made a sweater for my dad out of that years ago because you have the softness of alpaca, but the structure of wool. Because if you made a sweater out of alpaca, it would be drooping down by your ankles in record time because
Right.
it pulls under its own weight. But the
Probably
wool
gonna have to block.
has some structure to it. Yeah, it still looks
I've
good.
always wanted a red sweater because they'll go so cute.
Oh wait, that is that one of the no, never mind.
It's,
You just said it was Isabel Kramer.
yeah.
The ribbing at the bottom reminds me a little of the ribbing we picked for your Amy Herzog sweater.
Yeah, that was a rosette thing. It was weird. Anyway.
Fancy ribbing. Yeah.
This one is just Irish moss.
Mhm.
So I just Irish moss.
Oh,
some-
Irish, cool.
Yeah. So anyway, it'll be when it's all done. It'll be a cute length.
It'll be very
with
cute.
my little skirts
It's a
underneath.
good color
and-
for you too. Reds and blacks are your colors, so yeah. No, but Irish moss and seed stitch and ribbing and double seed stitch, all these fancy lingo terms, they're all just different combinations of knits and pearls, which is awesome. Like, cause I keep going back to, if you can knit and purl, I can teach you to make anything here. You're 9/10 of the way to being able to make anything. You just gotta take your time with it. If it's new, you know, anything that's new is gonna feel awkward and uncomfortable.
And technically, if you don't know how to purl, you can still make
You can still modify things.
Yeah, just change the P to a K and just keep going.
Don't worry, that will sanitize by the time I send it to Mindy. Cause I'm trying not to just cough, you know. Good practices. No, we had a comment from one of our knitters that they'd like to see more beginner level stuff. And again, I have this whole philosophy of if you can knit and purl, you can make just about anything you want. But I also recognize people have different comfort levels of what they want to engage in. And if they want to engage in something they feel is out of their comfort zone, I'm totally here to support them in however I can. But I thought, since we haven't done much, we could talk about things that are, and that's why I was kind of starting to squirrel over here. I was trying to look for some things that might be a little easier. Like, we talked about the sock head hat yesterday, and I don't think I put the link in the comments. But can you do me a favor? The skein that this is made from, there's one of them up on the front corner of the table. So this is a sock, Huasco sock. Is this really cute yarn that's got these bursts of color. It's like, it's speckly and then has pops of color. And in socks, it might actually layer and do fun things. And in the sock head hat, which really is just saying it's a hat made out of sock weight yarn, you can see how those pops of color just come out in random places. It's really kind of fun. But this is knit 2, purl 2 ribbing at the bottom. And then you're just knitting in a circle for forever. And I could have made it longer, but I think I went with basically what the instructions said. And then the most complicated part, in my opinion, is, and I can't even really lay this out easily to be seen, is the decreases for the top. Hats, in my opinion, if you can get onto 16-inch circular needles, are pretty easy until you get to the top. There's always going to be, unless you do a hat that is just a tube, and then you put the yarn through all the stitches and yank it tight, which is totally possible. That is a way to make a hat. It'll be a lot more puckery than this one is. It'll have lots of ruffles at the top, but it is a way to make a hat without very much complication. You can make a hat flat by knitting back and forth, but then you have to sew it. Or you can make a hat in the round like this, but then the top part where these decreases happen, you will eventually hit a point where it won't fit on those 16-inch needles anymore. And you have to go down to double points, magic loop, 2 circulars. Some other method that will be cumbersome. There's kind of no two ways about it to finish off a hat. So, in my opinion, it is a beginner level, but unless you want to do that method I said, where you're going to have a lot of bumps on the top, a lot of like ridges, there's a little level of complication here. I know we have some bulky hats over there.
Yeah, I was looking at the bulky hats, and
I was vamping while she looked.
Yeah, there's lots of beginner projects, like our bamboo bloom, the interrupted cowl. Where
that has been so popular lately, too. Let me go see if I can find it.
It's
talk about
actually
what it is.
hanging right there.
It's
So
right here.
you cast on a certain amount of stitches in the round.
We're out of this colorway, but this is very similar. This is similar, not the same as this, but yes.
And you knit in the round, but then when you get to the puffy bits, you purl.
You're going in a big circle.
Yeah.
Zoop, zoop,
yeah.
zoop.
And you could do it, you could modify it to make it flat and just...
We've had beginning knitters, like, again, once you get used to knitting in the round, there is this thing with knitting in the round where you cast on your stitches and when you join to knit into the round, you knit into where you started your cast on.
Yeah.
And you just want to make sure that it's not twisted around your needle. I don't know if I've done a video on how to start in the round.
That might
Maybe
actually
that's
be
tips and tricks next week.
Ooh.
But once you get going, this one, it really is as simple as knit when it's thin, when what's coming at you on the left-hand needle is thin, and purl when it's thick. And play yarn chicken. At some point, you got to bind off. So contact us if you're interested in that. I've had a lot of beginning knitters make a bunch of these. One skein project, Christmas present. There you go. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And we have it in a bunch of different colors. They're up on our website. And I'm always looking at new colors to maybe bring in. So let us know, right? So it means you don't have to wait till a Tuesday or a Thursday to get it. You can shop online. Woo! Anyway.
But it's a fantastic...
That's great. I think that was a great
beginner
suggestion, Liz. And I'm looking at the time and realizing, we should probably wrap up and start with our day.
It's fine, I really don't want to work with sleeves.
Well, you're the one who picked it up. I
I
mean,
know.
it's not like she doesn't have anything else to work on.
I have, actually, I only have 4 projects with me today.
What were you thinking?
I don't know.
I think you were thinking it's going to be a busy day, because it's
Yeah.
going to be a busy day.
Yeah.
Because we had a bunch of orders come in over the past couple of days online. We have at least a couple people dropping by today. I have a friend from it's not quite high school. It's from a place where our families used to vacation in New England, who is going to be contacting me for stuff for his daughter potentially. Long story. Anyway, awesome. Hoping to talk to him today. So
We froze? No.
no, I froze saying something, and I looked up and went, "Oh no, we froze." But it's because I was like, and that's what I look like when we freeze. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Sorry.
it's gonna be a busy day. I was about to say before I went, we'll have to tell you on Tuesday if we remember. By Tuesday, it's gonna have been like a month. How much, if anything, she got done, because we have to have a plot line, and we have to keep we have to keep those who haven't caught up yet wondering what's gonna happen next.
Oh, I see another hole.
Another hole.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's over you.
It's been there the whole time.
It has, but I think
we
Anyway.
had a sample head in blocking it
yeah. So
unintentionally.
stay tuned. See if the holes change.
At some point, we're gonna try to clean this place up, to start doing by appointment shopping. That's gonna be the middle of July at the earliest. And that means we actually have to organize things for shoppers, not just for us, because we've had things for like 3 or 4 months that are organized, so we know where things are.
We have yarn in boxes on a chair.
But we know where it is.
Yeah.
So if you come outside and want to shop, we will find things for you. But if you came in to shop, it would take you 3 hours, and nobody wants that. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. My brain started going to my sign off for my tips and tricks. This is not going to be a good day.
Stay tuned for more adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
That is because she usually does the sign off for this. That's why I'm just at the end of next time, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna be like, it's your turn.
And I'll be like, what?
Huh?
Stay tuned. Like us, subscribe.
Please
All
subscribe.
that fun
Please
stuff.
share. Oh my gosh. My tips and tricks is over 200, which is really exciting. We hit 380. I think we're a little over 380. And, it'd be so cool to get to 400. We'd have to, celebrate. I have to bring the bell back in from home so we could celebrate. But, help us grow the Sun Dragon community, because you all are part of it now. Whether you like it or not, you're part of us now. One of us. No, we love sharing our stuff with us, with you. That's a sign I should stop. Maybe I'll get some knitting done today. I'll let y'all know. Tune in on Instagram and see what happens. Anyway, bye. Have a good weekend, everybody. Join us on Knit Night if you can, tomorrow night. And much love. Stay safe. I'm walking. I'm walking. So, yeah, Liz, you just mentioned that it froze as I was walking. I was gonna try to wave all the way to the camera, and it froze. It was almost like perfect timing, right?
Yeah, perfect.
You were like, "Oh, we froze. Crap. Bye, everybody."
Bye.